Hey, I'm Bob. I've been totally blind since birth and I'm into Star Wars. We're going to be talking about the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 3. This episode is subtitled The Streets of Mos Espa. There are spoilers ahead. If you haven't watched the episode, I recommend you do that before listening to my thoughts concerning said episode. So, with that being said, let's get into this thing. Chapter 3 threw quite a lot at us. And during that one and only flashback scene we got, man, I was not expecting to see the Tuscan Tribe slaughtered. I figured they might show up at some point during present events in the series, but when Fett goes and has his little conversation with that one Pike that sounds suspiciously like Phil Lamar, and when he gets back to the tribe, they're just slaughtered. And it felt like a gut punch. I mean, it was awesome seeing him being inducted into that tribe, seeing him having some sparring lessons with that one female. Cool seeing him and the kid becoming pals, but I mean, now they're just gone. Now, whether or not the kid is gone, though, that I don't know. I tend to think the kid might have made it out. We do see Fett throwing his little gaffy stick onto that funeral pyre, but I don't know. I think the kid still may be around. Now, I'm willing to admit that I'm dead wrong about that. Who knows? I guess we'll see as future episodes shake out. But in present day, it was interesting to see Fett hiring some more muscle for himself. Not that he needs it. I mean, there's this gang of kids that have integrated droid parts into their bodies and they call themselves the mods. I love those guys. And seeing Fett pay what they owe to the Watermonger was interesting. I mean, he gains their favor. He also gains their attributes. And I mean, he's going to need them because later on, when he decides to go sleepy by and is back to tank, well, apparently the twins telling him to sleep lightly in the last episode, they weren't lying because that Bactopod is opened up. Fett's yanked out of there by Black Chrysanthemum, and we get one of the coolest fight scenes that I have seen, in my own way anyway, in Star Wars live action. I mean, this Wookiee is no Chewbacca. When he bear hugs you, he's not being warm and cuddly. He is trying to crush your bones. And if you listen carefully, you can hear, I think, ribs cracking. Fett doesn't even get into his armor, I don't think. Chrysanthemum, he lobs him into his armor. And good thing that Fett has already got the gang there with him because they try to show up and help him, but then, I mean, Chrysanthemum is throwing all them off and he's biting the Gamorreans. He knocks one of them out. He makes good use of those brass knuckles of his. Of course, they eventually do send him into the Rancor pit. And, I mean, but it is not easy getting him in there. And what a fight scene that was. I'd hoped to see Black showing up at some point and taking on somebody, but boy, the way he did it and as early as he did it, I was not expecting that so soon. But what a fantastic fight scene it was, thanks to the descriptive audio narration track. That was probably the highlight of the episode for me. I mean, we've seen Wookiees before, but this guy is just, I mean, he's awesome. I hope to see him again. And of course, Fett is like, nah, nothing personal, just business. The twins show up, and I mean, they're getting ready to leave Tatooine because, well, the Pikes are on their way, and they want to go back to Hutta. And it's interesting seeing them like, nah, we're not interested in war. It's bad for business, and they get right off planet. And Fett, he goes to the mayor's office again to talk to the mayor and the mayor's major domo and the mayor. Got a little tongue tangled there. And of course, the scumbag that the major domo is locks himself in the office. I figured he was going to do that. And then we get that really interesting speeder chase. And we find out at the end of the episode that, yeah, the Pikes are coming to Tatooine, and they're getting ready to go to war with Fett and company. So, I mean, what a fast and furious episode that was. Oh, by the way, yeah, we get to see Boba Fett getting a new Rancor. The twins try to make up for sending Black Chrysanthemum after him, and so they gift him this Rancor, which I find interesting. And awesome to see Danny Trejo playing the new Rancor keeper. And it was interesting to see a bit of Star Wars Legends becoming canon. I don't know if we've seen Rancors on Dathomir in any of the video games, but Danny's character said something about the Rancors having been ridden by the witches of Dathomir. And that, of course, made me think of the courtship of Princess Leia, in which we get to see Night Sisters riding Rancors. And they really are very loving creatures. I remember the witches in that particular novel. They had very strong force bonds with these creatures, and they are peaceful. But when you get them mad, you better run. So interesting to see that little bit of Star Wars Legends becoming canon. I don't know if they're in Fallen Order, that video game. I've seen the cutscenes to that particular game, but only once. And I know they go to Dathomir, but I'm not sure if there are any Rancors there or not, because I've only watched the cutscenes once. But really cool to see that bit of Legends come into canon there about the Night Sisters riding the Rancor. So what a kick butt episode this was. And I have no idea what's going to happen next. I just know I'm loving the series thanks to the descriptive narration tracks. And can't wait to see next week's episode. Sorry this video is a bit late. I just wanted to get all my thoughts down before posting it. So, anywho, see you in the next Star Wars related video. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.